If you want to build a business, it really only comes down to two things, and that's you having a product or a service, a way to collect that money for delivering that product or service, and then actually delivering on that product or service. That's it. A lot of people tend to get overwhelmed with the technology of the aspect. I don't have the right technology. I don't have the right platform. I don't have the right resources. I don't have all this stuff together. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to build, grow, or scale a business, it really only comes down to you having a product or service, collecting payment, and then delivering that product or service. That's it. I get questions all the time within my business programs, within my inner circles, within people that have paid me to be a part of the things that I'm doing. And it's like, how do I do this? How do I do that? And the number one question that always really kind of comes across is how do I grow my business? How do I build my business? How do I get started? That's a really good one. How do I get started? That seems to be a really big question, is how do I get started? So it's one of those things to where you just have to get started. You just have to network with one person. You just have to reach out to one person. You really only have to solve that one problem, one person's problem. Be that subject matter expert to where you have the knowledge, the skills, or the experience, and you can deliver that to someone who needs it the most. Collect payment for the value that you've offered or presented or given, and then just repeat that process to the next person. Who's the next person that needs your knowledge, your skills, your experience? And provide a way for them to pay for that. And there's so many different ways in which to collect payment. You got PayPal, you got Stripe, you got all these different platforms that are out there, cryptocurrency. I mean, it goes on. And all you really have to do, once again, it keeps coming back to have a product or service. In other words, knowledge, skills, even if it's a physical product or a digital product or whatever the case may be, having that something that somebody else wants and then deliver it and collect payment through a third-party payment processor. Even social media has made it really easy to collect payment. You don't really need to have all these other different things like a website. You really don't at the end of that. Now I always tell people, yeah, your website is your house, your website is your home, your website is the place where you want to get people to, and social media is really more your arms and your legs and the way in which to bring people into your house. And I've always taught people that. But at the end of that, let's say, for example, you're out and about, you're in public, you're not on social media. How do you do that? Well, you give value. You have those conversations. You talk to people. You figure out what are they struggling with the most, and then you give them that value. Now, that's if it's, a knowledge-based business. If it's a product-based business, I get that. Whether you're selling t-shirts, whether you're selling quilts, clothes, whatever the case may be, I sell clothes, I sell shirts and things like that. And I have many different ways in which I provide that call to action, whether I'm on Clubhouse, whether I'm on social media, whether I'm out and about just talking, so wearing one of my t-shirts. Hey, I like that t-shirt. That's pretty cool. Where can I get one? Well, here's how you go get that. Putting those systems in place, putting those things into place is one great way in which you can make sales. You can build, grow, and scale your business like that. Word of mouth is great too. So when I sell a t-shirt, for example, and somebody else is wearing that t-shirt, they literally became a brand ambassador for you. And it's like, ooh, I like the shirt that so-and-so is wearing. I like that jacket that so-and-so is wearing. How do I get one? Well, they become a brand ambassador for you. So that word of mouth is really important as well. Let me share a quick story with you. I remember, like, I don't know, probably about eight months ago, I want to say, I had already grown several businesses, but I had something that was missing. It was the one thing that now I have that thing, and I didn't have a clothing line. I didn't have shirts. I didn't have these things because I didn't want to create the shirts. I used to go to some places. I'd be like, hey, can you make me a shirt? I want to get into clothing, but I don't want to make it, design it, do all these different things. So I got linked up with someone who was a clothing designer, and I had an idea. I was like, hey, can we build this? Can we grow that? How can we work together to where you create the shirts, I bring the ideas, you create the shirts, and then we integrate that within a business? And we formed a partnership. And it's one of those things to where this person already had the tools, the techniques, the resources, already had a shirt and just needed a voice. I became that voice. I filled that void that the other person needed, and vice versa. I didn't have a clothing line, I didn't have a shirt, but this person did. So we bridged that gap between a product and a service that now we collectively came together and we was able to form a partnership, a business, and now we're selling t-shirts worldwide. I mean, worldwide, we're selling t-shirts. And it's one of those things to where it just came about on an idea, and we discussed that. We made it happen. We tied a payment plan to it. We built the website. We built out the social media. We created a couple of different shows around it. We built, we grown, and now we're scaling this business. And then it has taken off into other businesses to where now I'm making other shirts. I'm coming up with other designs. I'm coming up with other possibilities. And I'm integrating this person within my businesses. So it's one of those things to where all it literally takes is one idea, one person, one conversation away, and you can totally change your life. You can totally change your business. But if you never really get out there, you never really ask questions, you never really network, you never really figure out like what is possible, it will not happen for you. And anything is possible, but I'm here to tell you that you have to be willing to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to be transparent. You have to be willing to say, hey, I don't know this. I'm not the subject matter expert. I don't know enough. Can you help me? Can you give me an idea? What has made you successful? You know, there's the Google machine that's out there. You can even Google machine it. You can even Google certain things up and do your research on things that are out there. And I guarantee you, it's like what Tony Robbins said, success leaves clues. When you go out there and you do your research on like what other successful people are doing, it will generate ideas for you. It will literally generate ideas for you on how you can take that initial idea and you can implement the best of that within your business. You can take a little bit from this person. You can take a little bit from that person. You can take a little bit from each one of these things that you discover, that you dig into, that you analyze, and you're able to put that within your toolkit, your business, your life, and you can make a difference. But it all really starts with that initial idea, that product, that service, the ability to connect with people, the ability to collect money and then deliver the value, whether it's a digital product, whether it's a physical product, whether it's coaching, training, teaching, mentoring, done for you services, work for you services, whatever the case may be. It literally just comes down to those few simple things. People try to overcomplicate business, and business is really easy. Marketing is a whole different thing. And I'll have another video about marketing, but building a business is not hard. It's not challenging. People make it hard. People make it challenging. And I'll tell you why. Here's why. The number one reason is overwhelm, fear, and the overall complexity of this big thing that you want to accomplish. And I get it. Trust me when I tell you that I've got some big things that I want to accomplish and I don't have it all together. I really don't. There's some things that I still am discovering. I'm researching, I'm looking, I'm analyzing, I'm doing all these different things. But you know what? I'm getting started. I'm doing one thing at a time. One thing at a time, over time, will give you the building blocks to build, grow, and scale your business. And that's what you need to understand. You need to understand that it does take time. You put a little bit here, you put a little bit there. You take action on a little bit over here, you take a little bit of action over there. And over time, you will get those results. You will get that progress. You will get that momentum. You will learn. You will fail along the way. And from that point, what you're able to do is take that feedback and figure out what went right, what needs improvement. How can you modify, tweak, or change, but continue taking action on those ideas? You see, so many people quit. So many people give up before they even reach the finish line on anything that they're trying to accomplish within this life or within business. Not you. You have what it takes. You have what it takes to do anything that you want to within this life, but you must first believe in yourself. Believe in your idea, because if you don't believe in your idea, it's going to be really hard to get other people to believe in your idea. Believe in yourself. Believe in your idea. Know this. that you might not have it all together, and that's fine. But what is it that you do have together? And get that out there, whether it's on social media, whether it's on a website, whether it's on a product or service. Start with something, start small, start with one thing before you start trying to get overwhelmed with the 15 or the 20 or the 100 other things that have not, that you don't have ready. I'm telling you right now, I've got things that are not ready, and that's fine. But I'm going to take action on the things that I can take action on. Even if that thing is not complete, I took an action. I got a little bit further along the way than I had previously been. You know, it's like getting a bone and putting some meat on it, putting a little bit of fat on it. I always tell people, if you're going to bring me an idea, you don't have to bring me the whole idea completed. I got it. Just bring me the bone. We'll put some meat on that bone. We'll put some fat on that bone. And over time, we will create that steak, that beautiful steak dinner. You know, a lot of people get overwhelmed with that, but I'm telling you, start with something, start small. You know, I was talking with somebody the other day, and we was talking about dreaming big. And that's the one thing that I truly believe that you must do. You must dream big, but more importantly, you must take bigger action. So dream big, take bigger action. Each and every day is another opportunity for you to achieve success. You can build, grow, and scale your business any way that you want to. Once again, thank you for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, any comments, or if you have any topics or ideas that you want me to talk about, please let me know. I read all comments. I definitely look forward to hearing what you have to say. And I will see you in the next video.